If you're under the age of 18, the content of this video is not intended for you. Please stop watching now. Hey YouTube, it's Audrey, and I'm here to join in on the fun with Two Crafters, One Design, hosted by Melissa, who's Mo Creations, Gloria, who's Girly as Cards, and Lisa, who is You See Why I'm a Diva. And we'll also add it to Satmore Makes for this week. So, with Two Crafters, One Design, they always have a theme. And the theme that is going on for this week is foiling. So, doing anything with foiling or foil paper, foil machines, glimmer foil, foil press, mink machine, that kind of thing. So I have something to show you, a card that I made using foiling and some of the things that I made. But then also, for the last couple weeks, I've started cards and hadn't finished for the themes. And the week before last theme was warm beverages, and the week before that was sweaters. So I have finished those, and even though those are the past 2 weeks, I'm going to show you those too, because I did finish them, and I wanted so badly to play, and I just didn't have time with work and other commitments. So I got them done, so I'm going to show them to you anyway. But first, let me just show you what I used for the foiling this week. And oh, I forgot to say that Satmore Makes, if you don't know, is hosted by Jillian Norwood. And I will have all those ladies that I mentioned links in the description box. Okay, for my foil, I use this Heidi Swap foil here that I've had for ages because I've had my mink for ages and very rarely use it, but I have used it twice now this year, so yay! This one is a green, and then there's also a pink in here, and I use the pink. This one is a rose gold. Then I recently took a Crop and Create Delivered course virtual event, attended it, which was hosted by SCT Magazine. And so with it, one of the sessions was hosted by or taught by Tailored Expressions. And with that program, you get discount codes to almost all of the vendors, if not all of them. So I took advantage and bought some stuff from Tailored Expressions. So I got this Easy Strips pack, and this helps you use strips to make different patterns on card fronts. And they're in here, and you put an adhesive sheet over it, then you add your strips in the proper size. And this was not taught in the class, but afterwards I saw her teach on SCT's. They had a free event, and I just had to have these. So then I used their foilets. This one is called Boho Hello, and then these are printed in toner ink, so then you can just cover them with foil. And so there are the sentiments there. And if you did not see this, I'm not sure how well it is, there's 5 different patterns in there. Then I also use this foilet, which goes with their simple strips. And this one has several different ones in here. I think there are 3 of each of those 4 that you could make sentiments with. Then I saw this when she was demonstrating, the owner was demonstrating that Easy Strips, and I saw this one, and it is an 1/8 inch stitched, and I think that you could use this quite a bit. So I got that, and it cuts out all these 1/8 inch strips. And they look, here's an example. They look like that, and they have stitching down the center. Then this I've had now for a few years, but it's the simple strips, and it cuts out that those sentiments I showed you. And then this is the backer to that. Then also, I recently bought these from scrapbook.com, and I actually have been looking at those even before I saw the session on strips. So I wanted these, and I've had it in my wish list. So they were on sale, and I had a discount, and there were several free gifts at the time. So I went ahead and got that, which was really good because now it'll work with those simple strip patterns. Then I used scraps from this paper that I use for my purse collaboration with Lady Cree. So now that you've seen all of the things that I've used to make the foil card, let me show you the actual card. So here is my card, and as you can see, I used that strip pattern, and I used the leftover paper that I had that I made one of my purses with, and then I used the black mirror paper. Then this Oh Happy Day is one of those foil sentiments, and what I did was I used a little spellbinder square die to cut them out. And I mean, you have to be really strategic because they don't give you a lot of room to cut around. So like I can't cut this out on a circle. So pretty much it was squares and rectangles, and then this one will just be a strip. Now I think they may offer dies to go with those, but I didn't buy those, and I doubt that I'm going to go back and buy them. I'll just keep cutting them out like this. Now this one I used the pink foil on, and then these were the other ones. There's a hi there, a miss you, you are amazing, and the happy birthday. And these I will of course use on other projects. So then I struggled with this because I thought this background was so pretty. So at first I thought this might cover too much of it up, and I was just going to add this strip. Then I thought, okay, I could put this in the bottom or some other sentiment, but these are the foil sentiments that I ended up with using the strips. And I mean, there are a lot of them in here. So there are some of them. Yo, 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 you the bomb. Thankful for your friendship. So what I did was I backed it on a pearlized. I used the copper or the rose gold to foil these. Then I backed them on some copper kind of color. What am I trying to say? Pearlescent card. So I will probably use one of these like under here, or I might use them on the inside like that, but it'll just depend on that, you know, depend on what I'm going to give this card for. So, but that's what I did for foiling. On the inside, it's just this light pink matte, and then the back just has my stamp. So that is my foiling card. Now let me show you quickly what I used for the sweater card and the hot chocolate card, because I used the same papers and material. So I dug way in the vault and pulled out this winter's tale paper from Crafter's Companion. It was a Sarah Signature collection from way back. So I pulled that out. Then I also pulled out some old spellbinders. I used the spellbinders rectangles and squares to cut out those sentiments, but then I used this lacy circle and the lattice rectangles on these two cards. I used some Pink Fresh Gems, and then I used this set from LDRS. It is the Cozy Cuppa and the die set, so it's stamp and die set. I used that. I used the Hello from this stamp set. And then the other thing, which is really why I really wanted to use that sweater theme or participate in the sweater theme, was I had this diamond press set that I got earlier this year. I think when they might have been Christmas in July, or yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Christmas in July. But this is a Happy Holiday stencil set, and it comes with stencils, it comes with glitter paste, it came with a spatula and a big squeegee type thing. And so the stencils are layered. So basically each one is two stencils. So like this one is a present, you get the base and then you get the decorations. This one is a gingerbread, but as you see down here, there is a sweater one, and I couldn't wait to use that. Then there's a holly one, a stocking one, and a house one. So I will show you the cards that I made for those two themes. I have, first of all, the one for the warm beverage. And I did a pattern play. I wanted to use different plaid, so I used a lighter plaid, and then I used a darker plaid for the background. I cut the spoon out of this mirror foil card, and then the whipped cream, what I did was I stamped it with this white pigment ink. Then I used white embossing powder and cut it out. And then after I cut it out, I used some clear Spectral Noir sparkle. And hopefully you could see the sparkle on the whipped cream. Then I stamped Hug in a Mug there, and hopefully you could make that out on camera. I didn't want to go black. I wanted to keep it brown, so I had some brown, dark brown ink from Spectral Noir. It's the quick dry ink. So I used that, and then I used some of those Pink Fresh Gems all around the card. Then on the inside, I used the paper that I used on the mug, and then I stamped it, let's get cozy. No, let's cozy up with a cup of hot chocolate. So it's easier to see in person, I think, than it probably is on camera. So the back is just like that. And then for the week before's thing with the sweaters, here is the sweater card. And as you can see, I used that lacy circle. Then I stenciled the sweater and ink blended it in green. And then I used red glitter paste that came with that kit to add the pattern onto the sweater. Then I cut out a strip, added hello, some gems. Then on the inside, I basically matted it with the same paper and used the stamp, it's time to get cozy. So 3 weeks in one, but I wanted to, like I said, I really wanted to participate in these and just did not have time. So that is the sweater one. That is the hot beverage one. And then this is my foil one. So ladies, thank you for hosting. It gets me to use my materials, helps me build my card stash up, or whatever else project tags or whatever I do. So thank you so much for hosting. And everybody, thank you for watching, and you have a great and a very blessed day. Oh, and the theme for Saturday for next week is snowmen, and specifically if you have the Winston snowman from Tim Holtz. So thank you again for watching, and you have a great and a very blessed day. Bye-bye.